Welcome back to the channel. This is the Awesome series. So this is going to be a very short lecture on how to interact with AWS services. But let's take a quick recap. So far, we've looked at who AWS is or what AWS is. We've also explored the AWS global infrastructure, its components, and its benefits, and then looked at the benefits of cloud computing as defined by AWS. Now, having known that, it is important that we know how or the means through which we can interact with AWS services. So let's get into it. There are different ways that you can interact with AWS services. And the first one is through the AWS Management Console. This is a graphical user interface that allows you to interact with AWS services through a browser or a mobile application. The next one is the AWS Command Line Interface or AWS CLI. In short, with this, you can interact with AWS services through commands or scripts. And this is efficient for automation and repeatable tasks. It can also be used in deployment pipelines. The next one is the AWS Software Development Kits, SDKs for short. This allows you to also interact with AWS services through application code or programming languages like Java, Python, Ruby, PHP, and the likes. This is ideal for developers who want to embed or who want to integrate AWS actions into their code. And there are other infrastructure as code tools that you can use to provision AWS resources. AWS has a native service called CloudFormation, and there are other agnostic tools like Terraform and Pulumi that uses simple YAML or JSON templates to provision AWS infrastructure. Okay, this was a very short lecture on how you can interact with AWS services. In the next video, I'm going to take you through the process of creating your AWS account and explore how we can interact with AWS services through the AWS Management Console. After that, we are going to look at how AWS price you or charges you for using their services before we get into other hands-on activities. If you are liking this series so far, please subscribe, like, share, and turn on notifications. The name is TheKloudWiz, and I'll see you in the next one.